Yeah, Kevin. So, did you want to go on and talk about the Binance mainnet token swap? What does this mean for us? I think regarding this, I believe Mr. Larimer, Dan Larimer, made a comment in the chat today saying that which one of their mainnets or are they going to support? Which chain are they going to support swap for? So, good point, touche, Dan. And it's like Binance, you really need to let us know.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously, Binance is not making that decision as to which is the actual main net, right? But that mean they're going to, is it like Bitcoin Cash, for example? When Bitcoin Cash forked, you had some exchanges that honored the fork immediately. And then you had an exchange like Coinbase that waited all the way until January to give you your coins. EOS is far more complicated because obviously there will be multiple chains at launch and nobody knows what the actual chain will be for a little while. We have to wait for a constitution to be selected by the chain, and then we also have to sort of wait and find out from Block One which chain they support. Thomas Cox, going back to his block producer Q&A sessions that he has done, he has mentioned before that Block One will likely choose one chain that they develop their own dApps on. And as we all know, Block One, whichever chain they choose, will likely be the prominent chain, the prominent EOS chain. They have that massive venture capitalist fund that they will be using. They also have their own team developing dApps and so on and so forth. So Binance, how can we say that Binance is going to secure your tokens, right? It's still another entity holding your value, and they're claiming that they will help you because they want to continue holding that value. It's in their best interest for you to leave your EOS tokens with them.
Good point, Kevin.
So I think that leaves open the door. Always go back to Andrew M. of Atlanta. He says, register your tokens. Don't leave it up to chance. Just sit back on launch day and accept all the different chains that will share drop their tokens on you.
Another thing I'll say is that given the fact that Binance is announcing their support for this almost 3 months in advance, just tells you how popular EOS must be to and how important EOS must be to them. And that's a bit of positive news out of this, I think, as well.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about that, but that makes a lot of sense. I mean, EOS launch is not something you read about when you go on Reddit, for example, right? All they talk about is how EOS is this and that. The fact that Binance has stepped out and they're a reputable, respected exchange, even though they are still centralized, everybody seems to trust them more than other exchanges. And they've taken the right steps in some situations in order to earn that trust. For example, their recent hack, or whatever you'd like to call it, turned out to be a non-issue. They responded very quickly and they took action and they mitigated the risk. So
did you see? Sorry,
go ahead.
It was just on the top of my mind. Did you ever see that? I think you did. The one with Warren Buffett and Binance. That video.
I love that. I love that video. It's a video. It's more of a. Is it a GIF or a video?
It might have been an animated GIF. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it GIF or GIF? I don't even know which one. Anyway, so it's Warren Buffett, and you can't tell what they're saying, right? Because there's no sound with a GIF, and so it has subtitles. And he's doing an interview with like Charlie Rose or some big name interviewer, and Buffett the subtitles are talking about Buffett buying Litecoin and Tron and all these ridiculous coins, and how he started off with multi-billions of dollars and now he's down to $280 from day trading. It's a great gift. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend go. You can probably find it in the EOS price chat. I'm sure they post it there once in a while.
We'll find it and post it on the forums.
We'll do that too. Yeah, help everybody out. So Binance, going back to them, it is a vote of confidence for EOS, seeing them step up and say that. It also, we'll see how wider crypto perception will take this news, or if they even care, and whether or not they'll start to look more into EOS. I've said before in the past that I found out about EOS on Reddit first, and I was told it was a scam, and I did not look back into it for 2 months, right? So I spent 2 months ignorant of EOS and learned about it in October. So thank you, Reddit. And let's move forward to
one last comment, Kevin.
Yeah.
That would give Binance a good 3 months time to develop the software behind supporting multiple chains if they were so inclined. I mean, news is probably out there now that there will be multiple chains, so all power to Binance if they can help us support that.
You're making great points. Actually, I wonder if we could look through the GitHub and see if Binance has made any pull requests or if they're working on something that might help. I don't know. I mean, that's all just speculation, but
Yeah,
it'd be wonderful if they were working in some way to help EOS. That would be another vote of confidence. But we should bring back Eric to discuss those kind of speculative
on another show.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping to have him back at some point. Eric, he's like we said, he's fun to talk to. So moving forward, we've now the John Oliver piece. We've gone over that some. I don't know if there's a whole lot else rather to cover. I think they picked out easy targets and they went ahead and chased after them, which is BitConnect and that guy yelling on the microphone at BitConnect. I mean, there's memes galore. There's all kinds of techno remix videos out there of that guy, him launching into space after he's yelling, and that stuff is funny. And some parts of the EOS terms and conditions are also pretty funny if you really step back and take a look at them, and you don't know much else about the project.
Yeah. I hate to use that FUD term, but that's what it smells like to me.
Hey, I mean, it's going to become possibly more of an issue as time goes on. I mean, who knows? And let's go forward also to the EOS Stack Exchange proposal. This was about 5-6 days ago. Block One has put out an official proposal, and I believe the community has gone ahead and gotten it approved by this point, and hopefully it will appear before long. So basically, Stack Exchange, you probably know about Stack Overflow. Any developer who's worked on projects has heard of Stack Overflow, has had some questions answered by Stack Overflow, or probably has it pulled up on their another tab all day long as they're trying to work on stuff. It's a very important Q&A site, question and answer, and so there are different sub-communities with Stack Exchange, and EOS would be very beneficial to have an EOS-specific Stack Exchange site. Therefore, it's already a trusted resource for developers. And when developers are coming over to EOS and they're trying to learn more about it, they'll have this repository of information, questions, and answers that have already gone through, and they'll be able to learn quickly.
And if you haven't seen it, if any of our viewers hasn't seen it, go back probably maybe a day or two in our community updates channel, and you'll see how you can get involved there, how you can follow, and also how to become part of that proposal as well to make that come to fruition. So, Kevin, anything else to say about that? I know we had another news item about cryptocurrency scammers.
Yeah, this is in sort of a frustrating news. Cryptocurrency scammers made off with more than $2 million after they ditched investors. Now, this was another one of those fake ICO scams where they created a LinkedIn profile and then they brought in a whole bunch of people. It was over 1,000 investors for their fake coin called the Giza coin. So I don't know where this all came from, but the real question is with EOS, and EOS projects get to decide between venture capitalist funds, which is provided by Block One and also partners of Block One, as we've heard about Galaxy Investments, Tomorrow Ventures. These are venture capitalist firms that will go ahead and qualify different dApp developers and projects and teams in order to give them funding. And that way Block One can focus on developing software, which is their specialty. The other option, of course, instead of doing venture capitalist funds is to go back and do an ICO, which is what Erio is doing. ICOs have a very bad rep at this point because there have been so many unfortunate scams that have happened. And Giza coin is just another one of these. The real question is how EOS can avoid something like this in the future. How can the community come together and vet these projects, I should say, to make sure they're not scams, right?
Yeah, great question, Kevin. I think that's up to us, not us as EOS Go, but up to us as a community to help vet coins and projects and basically ask the right questions and put a face to the name, bring people on this show, or have a centralized place like possibly EOS Index, where we can look at projects as well as evaluate them.
Sure, I think that makes sense, and it is always going to be a community effort. We are here to help, of course. If you would like us to try and reach out to some projects, we hopefully were able to clear up a few things about Erio today. I for one, gained a little respect for them. I love the way they're approaching everything. So if you guys would like us to help, if you like our help approaching projects to find out more and possibly to get them on the show, always let us know. You can reach out to us on our forums, or you can email us admin@eosgo.io. or you can just privately message us on Telegram. We're on there quite often
Yep.
as well. So going to meetups, right? We
Yeah,
have
let's go into
Dublin.
meetups.
EOS Dublin is coming up tomorrow, March 13th. That's Tuesday. And we're going to paste their website here. If you're already in Dublin, perhaps you can make it. If not, you better start flying. It looks like it's going to be an interesting meetup.
I would love to go to a meetup in Dublin. Um, my beer of choice is a Guinness, and I think they would probably serve some, nice Guinness at that meetup. I'm not assuming anything, but I think there would be a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I mean, that would certainly not go remiss. I think people might enjoy that meetup quite a lot. And NS James has said before how he would like to um, get us a beer at some point as thank you for the interview. And I said, well, why don't you just buy us a whole brewery, man? I like Guinness. Why don't you just get us the Guinness brewery? So, NS James, if you're watching, please work on that.
NS James is in the chat.
NS James, all right, man. So you heard us, and you have no excuse anymore. So that Guinness brewery better be coming our way to the U.S. Or you can just fly us over there. Moving on to EOS Atlanta. They have a meetup coming up in April. I know there's an announcement coming as to what the actual date will be. And a speaker has been procured, I believe, or the announcement is coming soon for who that speaker might be. I think Atlanta is going to be a large meetup, I would think, because they already have a big blockchain, a big interest in blockchain. They have great meetups already. And also, it's a hub airport. So anyone can fly in very easily and for fairly cheap.
Good point. That's an excellent point. Atlanta is a international hub, and you can fly over there from Europe pretty easily. Hartfield Jackson Airport is one of the busiest in the U.S., so if not the busiest. So I expect that as a possible international hub and a good place to meet up if you're in the south of the U.S. So I'll be keeping my eye on that one.
I would agree. And coming up, I think it's a combo video of two different meetup organizers announcing their meetups and introducing themselves to the community. And also, I'd like to quickly say about Eric. We have Eric from EOS Sweden. They have a meetup. It's not actually run by Eric. He's helping with some of the organization, but the meetup is coming in April. More information is to come. So keep your eyes open for that if you're near Sweden.
We had a video for EOS Shenzhen, and we're not able to play it on air today, but we will play the one for EOS Toronto, who has several updates in that video. So we'll go ahead with that. And we also wanted to mention, just before we go to that Hong Kong will be having a meetup as well on April 6th. If anyone has more information on that would be nice. We probably have it in the forums itself. So if anybody wants more information about these meetups, just head over to the forums. We have a whole section for meetups. So and especially the ones coming up. So let me just play this video, guys. And this is from Daniel Keys of EOS Toronto and of EOS Nation right now. So here we go.
What's up, EOS fans? It's Daniel Keys here from EOS Nation and EOS Toronto. I'm here just to let you know about some meetups we've got planned in Toronto. If you're watching this live, tomorrow, that's March the 13th at 6 p.m., we've got a pub night at the Imperial Pub. That's right downtown by Dundas Station. The following week, we've got the Irio team in town. They're going to be doing a talk on how blockchain can disrupt the healthcare industry. That's going to be on March the 19th, a Monday. That's at 6:30 p.m. Then again, the following week, we've got another pub night. This is going to be on a Wednesday at 6 p.m. again at the Imperial Pub. We're going to be trying to do 2 pub nights every month. We're going to switch it up between Tuesdays and Wednesdays, try to accommodate as many schedules as we can. And finally, I want to let you know about this very special meetup we're going to be planning. This isn't on the calendar yet, but pencil it in. Friday, May the 18th, we're going to have a VIP speaker come down. Can't say much more than that, but write it down. And make sure you check out our website, eos-toronto.com. We've got all of our meetups posted there, links to our meetup page. So you can RSVP, keep it in your calendar. And it would be great to see you guys out there. Before I let you go, I just wanted to give a big shout out both to EOS Nation and EOS Go. They've been a huge help in making these meetups possible. So just wanted to send out my thanks to both those teams. Take care.
Oh, what a nice message from one of our partners in EOS Nation and also who's also running US Toronto. So it looks like these guys are having some great meetups. And if you guys have any sort of meetups that you want to promote, we're always here. We're not only promoting only certain ones. We're promoting everybody's. So
Yeah, we'd like to spread the word. And Sheldon with EOS Shenzhen, sorry we couldn't get the video in and couldn't get it up on the show, but EOS Shenzhen is having a meetup. I believe it's March 24th coming up, and we will get that on next week's show, and hopefully get a word from Sheldon, based in Shenzhen, China. Moving forward, I guess we'll be start wrapping this up. Bluejays.
yeah, thought of the week. So I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more um, coverage of things coming out from the EOS world, maybe and possibly more in the mainstream media, or um, more items that possibly bring up things that may be considered fear, uncertainty, doubt type of things. And I think we just need to be uh, pretty confident in the team that we have, and the awesome project that we're all become to know, and just the type of tools that we're developing in this community. And just look at, we're one of the only communities that have an engineer and a CTO who's developed a working amazing project and projects. And I would say, if you ever, anybody who goes to blocktivity.info, they can see, blockchain projects that have a lot of transactions per day, and that's Steemit and BitShares, and those are the type of projects that we need to build on, and that's EOS.
I like what you're saying, and you summed it up pretty well. I think that, and like you said, the mainstream media, it doesn't matter really what is said at this point. I mean, it's a hard learning curve for EOS, right? Figuring this all out, understanding the token sale, all that stuff will come to an end in about 3 to 4 months, and then we'll have a live chain. I think we need to focus on staying strong as a community and continuing what we're doing. I think this is the only show in any crypto that I know of where anyone can come on, and we have people from all around the world who are passionate about this project, and they care about this blockchain, and they are sacrificing in their own lives to be able to be a part of this blockchain and be a part of this community. I'm excited for the future. I have no concerns whatsoever. I'm looking forward to watching all this unfold, and then at the end just smiling and saying, yeah, well, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. EOS, I believed from the beginning. So I look forward to enjoying this journey with you, Bluejays, and with everybody else watching. I think anyone who's watching this right now is probably in the same boat as Bluejays and I. You love EOS. You want to get into the nitty gritty and the nuts and bolts. And I think these are the good old days right now. I think someday we'll look back on these and we'll see we're a small community just trying as hard as we can to make EOS as great as possible. And we're going to someday meet up together at some international EOS summit, and we're all just going to have a beer together and say, wow, those are the good old Telegram days, right? Right, Bluejays?
Yeah, exactly. And we'll all know what the @ sign means in the future, right?
No more explaining the @ sign to everybody. So
exactly. Everyone, just last statement from me. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. Also, join the community updates channel if you haven't so already, and also get involved on the forums. There's so much amazing things going on there.
Yep, and a couple other updates. The Block Producer Report is coming out again every Wednesday for now. We're actually building a portal site for block producers to go in and update their information, and also it'll do all of the randomization, everything else by itself. We'll be able to set up criteria. It's improving. It's for now we have to stick with the old Block Producer reports, so bear with us. We are working towards just having open block producer candidate information as much as possible. We want everybody to understand their candidates and be able to make the best votes possible. We are doing this show every week, starting at 6 p.m. every Monday, 2300 UTC. Excuse me. And as Bluejay said, please join our community updates channel if you are a block producer and you need to stay updated on that, or even if you're just a community member who would like to know more about EOS news and updates. Bluejays, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
It's been a pleasure, dude. Go EOS.
Go EOS.
See you guys.